right there. Sorry. I'm sorry.
doing? Doing all right.
Say
Testing, test. Let me have your attention, please. May I have your attention, please? In a few moments, we will begin our 2019 commencement service. I'm Principal Greg Batten, and I want to welcome you here to our indoor graduation ceremony. Thank you for being here to celebrate the class of 2019. Also, on behalf of our administration, faculty, and staff, I'd like to thank you for your cooperation and patience as we dealt with weather forecasts over the past couple of days to try to decide the best way to celebrate the class of 2019. We have a good crowd here tonight. Again, we thank you for being here. One thing you've noticed as you've been socializing in this gym area, the noise seems to carry a little bit more. So as we begin our ceremony and having some of our students give their speeches tonight, and when we have names called, we ask that we try to remain as quiet as possible to give the respect that each and every student and each and every family deserves. And that will be a little different than we are in the stadium, because the celebrations that we typically have in the stadium do not carry the same noise that they carry in here. So we ask that you be excited for your graduate, but be respectful of all the names that will be called tonight. Also, because of the nature of our ceremony tonight, at the time that we pronounce this class graduates, we will immediately dismiss the ceremony, but you all, because you're in situations, will be allowed to come up and take as many pictures as you would like with your graduate on the stage afterwards. Also can take some pictures in the building if necessary. We want you to celebrate this evening, and we actually want to turn what is the negative of the weather that bothered us, and we need the rain. Good Lord, give us some rain, but let's turn this into a positive this evening. Thank you for being here, and in about 10 minutes, we will present to you the class of 2019. Thanks.
Hey,
Would everyone please remain standing for the posting of the colors and the singing of our national anthem at this time.
Post the colors. Present. Arms. Order. Arms. Post.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you to senior members of our chorus, and thank you to members of our JROTC for posting of colors. At this time, you may be seated. On behalf of our faculty and staff, we welcome you to the celebration of the class of 2019. We start our program. I recognize senior class member Mariah Hartzell for tonight's welcome and senior reflection.
Years ago, we packed up our book bags and headed off to our first day of school. We were excited, full of anticipation, and maybe a little upset. As our parents squeezed our tiny hands tightly and assured us that they'd be back to pick us up, we finally let go. We stepped into kindergarten and began this 13-year journey. Today, class of 2019, this journey has come to an end. I would like to welcome our esteemed guests, Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum and Instruction, Ms. Kat Berry, Commissioner David Allen, and Mr. Fred Burgess, Randolph County School System Board of Education. We appreciate you celebrating this special day with the class of 2019. To all of you in the stands today, thank you for sticking with us throughout this journey, throughout the practices, the concerts, the ball games, the banquets, the tears, the long rides, the losses, the wins, and everything in between. Thank you for being there for us when we thought nobody else was, for being on our sides even when we were wrong, and for standing back and watching us shine and succeed in all the ways that you had always hoped for us to. To all of the teachers that we've had up to this point, thank you for forming a foundation in our lives that we have used to grow into the people that we are today. For teaching us kindness, patience, friendship, laughter, and compassion. To the faculty and staff of Eastern Randolph High School, thank you for encouraging each of us to reach out of our comfort zones, to open our minds, and to follow our dreams through responsibility, courage, love, and influence. To Mr. Batten, Miss Workman, and Mr. Mock, thank you for always challenging us to use our voices, for standing by our sides when we were unable to, and for being the first ones around to applaud us when we finally gained the confidence to. Thank you for giving us strength, courage, and ambition to use what we have learned throughout our lives in order to make a difference around us. Thanks to their leadership and Mr. Mock never allowing a single McDonald's sweet tea on campus, the class of 2019, if I do say so myself, is well prepared for this next step in our lives. To all of you here, welcome to the graduation ceremony of the class of 2019. We are so glad that you are here, and we've been waiting on this day forever. My 10th grade English teacher, and probably a lot of yours, Miss Burke, once asked our class which was better, the journey or the destination. This year, we've made it through some things that we will remember for the rest of our lives. Our last time cheering on the Wildcats from the sidelines, the last time the seniors on the baseball team table-topped the freshmen at practice, the last time the dancers gave everything they had in their last dance concert ever, the feeling that the softball team felt making it to the state championship, the last time the soccer teams, and every other team for that matter, sung Sweet Caroline after a game, the last bus rides to a band competition, the last time someone in chorus jumped out of their comfort zone at a chance for a solo, our last time screaming Javi's name on a Friday night under the lights with the rest of Randolph County, and so much more. All of this has led up to today, to our destination. Where we go next is up to us. Eastern Randolph High School is so much more than just a school. This is where we made mistakes, where we lost friends, where we gained the courage to do the things that we never thought that we could, where we learned a whole lot about ourselves, where we finally got to suit up in the green and gold uniforms that we've dreamed of wearing since we were little, and where we took them off for the very last time. Matthew 5:16 says, "Let your light shine for all to see, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." I hope that all of you use what you've learned throughout your past 4 years at Eastern Randolph High School to go before others in service, love, and confidence, and shine in a way that impacts your life as well as others. Value every accomplishment that you endure. Be grateful in every situation. Take pride in your progress, and live the life that you've always dreamed of. You don't have to be perfect to make a difference. Now, class of 2019, it's time to say goodbye. It's time for us to take chances and to find our own wings. We're at the starting lines of the rest of our lives and as ready as we've ever been. This is just the beginning. Also, this is a day that I'd like to remember, so I'm going to take a picture of it if that's okay. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for allowing me to be a part of this chapter of your life. I wish you all success and happiness in the rest of your story. That's all, Wildcats. Have a great life.
Thank you, Mariah, for those words. At this time, it gives me great pride to present to you the 2019 salutatorian, Haley Briles. Haley is the daughter of John and Allison Briles. She has a brother, Mason Briles. Haley plans to attend East Carolina University. She's going to major in exercise physiology and plans on becoming a physical therapist. She's a member of the Cedar Falls United Methodist Church. She's been a member of HOSA, the HOSA president, Beta Club vice president, a member of the Young Republicans, and a college ambassador. Your 2019 salutatorian, Haley Briles.
Our time spent in high school can be looked at two ways. One is where we view our time well spent, and the other is where you're looking forward to the day, which is this day. Both of these ways have one major thing in common: memories. Memories have been made within this school that I nor anyone else sitting in these chairs today will soon forget. Memories have been made in this school for 50 years and will stand for many more to come. My time spent at Eastern Randolph won't be forgotten. These past 4 years, I have walked these halls with my friends. I have laughed, I have slept, and I have cried, especially while sitting in room C4 listening to Mr. Luther lecture the class about gas stoichiometry, which I still do not understand. In a quote from the popular TV show The Office, Andy Bernard says, "I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them." I didn't appreciate my time here until it was almost too late. I wish I could go back and sit in Miss Columbia's class one more time, even if it is to read the worst book ever, Frankenstein. I wish I could sleep through just one more of Mr. Henson's classes. I wish I could just have 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes to cheer on the football team. 5 more minutes of painting the rock. 5 more minutes of sitting in Miss Hawkins' class. 5 more minutes to cheer on the football team. And 5 more minutes of painting the rock. 5 more minutes of participating in our Spirit Week, and 5 more minutes to just appreciate this place and these people. I've learned you really don't know the true value of a moment until it becomes a memory. Juniors, cherish your last year at Eastern Randolph. Go to that football game. Go crazy in that pep rally. Don't care what people think about you, because trust me, it does not matter. Take pride in your school. Sophomores, do not be a student that just gets by. Be the student that gets noticed. The corny stuff that teachers tell us to do, like staying after school and getting involved, you won't be able to do it once you graduate. Freshmen, you have 3 more years of this, so good luck. To the faculty, thank you for supporting us even when we did not appreciate your help. A special thanks to the administration. You're the people who hold this school together. Without all the wonderful individuals in this school, we would not be here today. To my family and wonderful friends, I could not ask for a better group of people to have behind me, supporting me through every step of the way, and I thank you for it. And lastly, to my fellow seniors, we're finally here. We have grown up together, playing on the playground, going through those awkward middle school years, and now we're finally sitting together as we soon graduate. I thank God for everyone and everything that has shaped me into the person that I am today, and I'm so very grateful. Class of 2019, I'm so proud of every single one of us here today. Shortly, we will turn our tassels, walk across this stage, and officially graduate. Some of us may leave, never to see each other again. The future is full of uncertainty. It's okay to be scared. I'm not sure what will happen after I leave this place, but one thing I'll always be sure of is that I made the best out of my time at this place and had the most fun times of my life with the people I'll never forget. So after we leave here tonight and start going our separate ways, make sure you never forget this wonderful place you came from and the last 4 years of memories we all share. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you and congratulations again, Haley. This time it gives me great pride to announce to you the 2019 valedictorian, Miss Allison Hayes. Allison is the daughter of Jeff and Becky Hayes. Allison plans to attend UNC Greensboro on a full-ride scholarship to study nursing and sign language. Allison wants to eventually get a master's degree in nursing and become a neonatal nurse. She attends Cedar Falls Baptist Church, was a member of the FFA, Wildcat Initiative, Student Government, and Young Republicans. Your 2019 Eastern Randolph High School valedictorian, Allison Hayes.
Wow, I couldn't make it through Haley's. I don't know how I'm going to make it through mine. Good afternoon to the present family, friends, faculty, and the class of 2019. I am honored to have been a part of this 50th class, the first class of true Wildcats. While the classes before us were Wildcats, they were also Titans. We are the first class to become Wildcats in 6th grade, and I believe our class has set a high standard for the future Wildcats to strive for. I hope you all are as proud as I am of that. When I began thinking about what I wanted to talk about, to the biggest captive audience I may ever have, my mind went blank. I thought about the time when we melted the flakes in Mr. Todd's class, and the time Brody, Aaron, and I bought fish on an FFA field trip. I thought about tailgating and late-night cookout trips. I thought about homecoming and bowling after prom. Basically, I thought about a lot of great stories that made my high school experience. Yet I also knew these stories wouldn't mean a whole lot to you guys. Then I realized this may be the best shot I ever have to give my testimony. Now, this is the story of my high school experience. Many of you have lived it with me, and other of you have heard about it a million times. But I still want to show you what God did in my life. My 8th grade year, Mom wanted me to take an agriculture class. Why she thought a girl who had cheered for 8 years would want to walk down to a barn during the middle of the day and get sweaty was a good idea, I may never know. So, I signed up for Help Team Relations where I believed I belonged. On the first day of school, I took a wrong turn and ended up on V-Hall. I don't know if y'all remember the class of 2016, but these boys were big, and I was in the middle of them lost. It was terrifying. The rest of my semester went perfect. I did not go back on that hall for anything. Second semester rolls around, and Help Team Relations was canceled. I was put in Mr. Porter's Agri-Science Applications class. Back on V-Hall I went, again terrified. While all this was going on, I suffered a back injury, which caused my 30 hours a week in cheer practice to be cut back to 0 hours a week. My whole world had stopped. I was so angry that God had allowed me to get hurt, and I was stuck in this stinky V-Hall class. Then I realized I had to fill my free time, because all I was doing was sleeping and eating my feelings. A lot of my friends were in FFA and were about to apply for office. Mr. Porter asked me to apply. Junior and senior year, I served as reporter for the FFA, which became my passion. I also joined other clubs such as Wildcat Initiative, which had many successful impacts on the community through my Needs for Newborns and Wands for Wildlife projects. I joined Young Republicans and got to attend the Lincoln Day Dinner and the Richard Petty Fish Fry. My junior year, I decided to take AP and RCC classes that made my college acceptances a breeze and scholarships much easier to apply for. In the midst of all this, I began to forget about how much I missed cheer because it was replaced by so much more. You see, God had a plan for me, and I guarantee you, if the accident would not have happened, I would have not got the scholarship I did, and I would not be on this stage right now. To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under heaven. Ecclesiastes 3:1. Class of 2019, as you begin your new season, I pray you look for God's purpose in everything you do. You are going to face trials. There will be times when your world is crashing down and all you can do is watch it and pray. But stand strong and keep going. God will never lead you down a failing path. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lead not into thy own understanding. In all ways acknowledge him and he shall direct thy paths. Proverbs 3:5-6. Thank you all for making me into the person I am today. Thank you to my family for the constant support over the years, and especially my brother who actually made it home for this. He's in the Army, and he was not supposed to be here, but he pulled a couple strings, and he's here. And I also want to thank every teacher I've ever had. You slung open doors for me that I was too scared to touch. Thank you to Brody Smith for calming me at 3 a.m. during my mental breakdowns before every AP Chem test. I also thank Donald Trump for continuing to make America great. Finally, I thank you, Eastern Randolph, for giving me 4 amazing years with friends I'll never forget. I love you all, and God bless.
Thank you, Allison. At this time, I would like to recognize Senior Anaya King for the senior gift.
Good evening. My name is Anaya King, and I'm the Vice President of the Class of 2019. Each year, the graduating class purchases a gift in commemoration of their accomplishments as a class. The Class of 2019 had a quilt made to be displayed in the school. It is our hope that this quilt will be a reminder that while we are all different, we are all still a piece of a beautiful puzzle that will forever be sewn into the fabric of Eastern Randolph High School. Thank you.
Thank you for that special gift that the school will proudly display. At this time, I will say a few words about the class of 2019 before the presentation of diplomas. Also would like to speak to our community members at this time. As has been mentioned with some of our speeches, this is the 50th graduating class of Eastern Randolph High School. It's quite a tradition. If you look around the stands, there's a lot of success stories, a lot of tradition here. We have a lot of slogans. We are ER. Once a Wildcat, always a Wildcat. Green and gold forever. There are lots that will go with you forever. And in our 50-year history, we've had some very famous graduates of Eastern Randolph High School. You, the class of 2019, are about to join that elite fraternity of graduates. Some of the famous people include, we have a doctor that saves lives at Moses Cone Hospital. We have a flight attendant that gave the ultimate sacrifice on one of the toughest days in American history. In a moment of celebration, we have a Super Bowl champion who's part of Eastern Randolph High School. We have some highly successful financial advisors who are very big supporters of Eastern Randolph High School. We have accountants, business people, lawyers, very famous people who are part of this tradition. There's a sign outside of this gym that says ER, where winning is a tradition. Some people might say that's simply an athletic slogan. Winning is not just about sports. Winning is about being successful. And I mentioned some famous situations and famous people we have. But what I tell you, the class of 2019, and also some of these people who are here to see you today, you don't have to be famous to be great. You can be great at what you do in your community. You can be great at what you do in your life. Others don't have to know all about you, because greatness is not just necessarily about fame. This class is one of the smaller graduating classes in Eastern Randolph's history, yet it has received nearly $4.1 million in scholarships. This class has some students who are attending the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, NC State University, East Carolina University. Universities in what I still truly believe is the best state university system in the United States, public university, and we have many students who will represent us well there. To this class, I say congratulations on that front. We have some students getting full rides who have scholarships valued in the neighborhood of $140,000. We have a student going to Barton College for an athletic scholarship that every dime will be paid for. We have students who are headed to the military who are going to take care of us and our future. Talk about a great career to go into. We're fortunate to live in the greatest country on the face of the earth, and we're fortunate to have some of these graduates who will help protect us and to ensure our freedoms, that our futures will be protected. I'm proud to be your principal, proud that you have a great future. What I will tell you before I present to you the class of 2019 diplomas, congratulations on what you've done so far. If you've not been quite as successful so far as you want to be, let that not hold you back. You have a bright future. We wish you the best. And not just fame, but greatness may await you one day. Congratulations, you are part of the 50th graduating class of Eastern Randolph High School. I hope you have a great night, and thank you guys for celebrating it with us. At this time, I'd like to recognize Assistant Principals Cecil Mock and Susan Workman for the presentation of diplomas for the class of 2019.
Uriel Arroyo Duarte. Ashley Nicole Bill. Lauren Bethann Bowser. Haley Claire Blouse. Eric Joseph Cheek. Alexia Leche Farish. Shawana Michelle Hagwood. Jared Andrew Hatecock. Allison Rebecca Hayes. Barrett Martin Hiskett. Stephanie Rebecca Juarez. Isaac Scott Kidd. Anaya Jessica Nicole King. Allie Joe Lamb. Julia Faith Layton. James Alexander Lindsay. Braxton Keith Luther. Kristen Bruce Moon. Alex Antonio Rodriguez. Mariah Dakota Cheyenne Wilhite. Nora Alasadi. Odalise Alejo Matisse. Samuel Wiley Allred. Lindsay Lee Amberg. Layla Jeanette Arrington. Paola Arroyo. Jacob Allen Beatty. Haley Kristen Billups. Justin Blake Bradford. Carlos Bringas. Tristan Trace Brower. Brandy Marie Brown. Dylan Darrell Brown. Jeffrey Nathaniel Broyles. Jennifer Nicole Broyles. Nathan Seth Buckles. Elon Bueno. Haley Aaron Cable. Esteban Berdician. Dylan Brooks Cabernari. Mason Todd Canoy. Nathan Gregory Cantor. Jennifer Canudo Gonzalez. Jonelle Coverhall. Shatista Chaudry. Mackenzie Margaret Chilton. Colton Crisco. Ryan Christopher Coble. Savannah Marie Coe. Jacob Todd Cook. Brandon Eugene Cox. Cameron Lawrence Cox. Colton William Craven. Daisy Flores Cuna. Caitlin Delamont. Trinity Geneva Justine Denman. Javier Dominguez. Logan William Drover. Alan Wayne Egan. TJ Fataruso. Jesse Fernandez. Eric Flores. Nicholas James Folan. Nathan Martin Forrest. Nicholas Adam Forrest. Bernice Franco. Leslie Garcia. Cheyenne Taylor Gay. Preston Eugene Gladden. Uriah DeLeon Gladden. Michael Coven Glasgow. Trevor James Gray. Kristen Gutierrez Ortega. Haley K. Hammer. Mariah Brooke Hartzell.
Tanner Chase Hill. Joshua Charles Howell. Thurman James Hubbard IV. Madison Lee Hussey. Taylor Morgan Engel. Aviana Cheyenne Brittany Jenkins. Marissa Angelicia Jones. Taya Devine Jordan. Christopher Drew Kearns. Braden James Kemp. Noah Alexander Kennedy. Alec Nikolai King. Alacia Niaziana Lineberry. Desiree Monique Lozer. Joseph Lucas. Berenice Maliachi Lopez. Jacob Lee Malpass. Zachary Lamar Manley. Jordan Brooke Mann. Michaela Siobhan Marshall. Elian Anthony Mora Mendoza. Felicity Marie Mills. Daniel Scott Minor. Melanie Jaylene Morales Garcia. Jesus Salvador Montoya Robledo. Anthony James Moore. Jacob Charles Moose. Crystal Jessica Morales. Janet Martinez Moreno. Mariah Allison Mosher. Marcellus Murray Jr. Anaya Nadine Nettles. Edgar Ocampo Fuentes. Emily Celeste Osborne. Mason Drake Patterson. Zaira Figueroa Day. Addie Yancey Perez. Anselmo Perez Dominguez. Trevor Lane Phillips. Joshua Swallow Primera. Michaela Lynn Pugh. Charles Nathaniel Purvis. Cassidy Starr Redden. Anna Faith Reyes. Yahaley Reyes Rangel. Isai Agundes Rivera. Cassie Alyssa Robertson. Abby Rose Rogers. Alexandra Grace Roush. Chelsea Brooke Self. Cynthia Ann Sass Shihada. Zaid Shihada. Jaden Christopher Shepard. Hunter Ryan Smith. Cody Talon Sorrell. Raul Soto Ruiz. Christian Kane Stevens. Ishmael Suarez Hernandez. Wesley Lane Thomas Supton. Litzy Tavira Sesmas. Jordan Bailey Terrell. Murray Brian Threadgill. Joshua David Torresias. Jada Alize Tribbett. Brett Alexander Tyser. Zion Ade. Matthew Dean Watts. Aaron Rebecca Wills. Dakota Ray Wright. Margaret Diane Wright. Wyatt Wilson Wright. James Morgan York. Miranda Leanne York. Matthew Thomas York.
Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2019. We've come. For 13 years, some of you have been waiting to hear these words. Would the class of 2019 please rise? At this time, I ask you to move your tassel, and by the power vested in me by the Randolph County School System Board of Education and the state of North Carolina, as your principal, I declare you graduates of Eastern Randolph High School. Thank you, celebrate. Thank you everyone for coming. The class of 2019, you are now graduates. Have a great evening.